They are on a different level and playing a different style of football to anybody else that I've seen in Europe.
And I think I was watching the best team in the world in this moment. I think they are.
We need a 12th man here. Where are you? Where are you? Let's be having you. Come on.
Maniac Beats.
The player that I think who is a young player that is most likely to go on to become one of the top players in the world, in my opinion, in terms of just nothing phases him. He beats players that you can attack from one box to the other. You used to think about the sort of counter-attack goals of, say, Thierry Henry or Cristiano Ronaldo or Ryan Giggs. You're getting from one box to the other in seconds to be able to deliver goals. The ability to beat people, his out of possession work's good, his positions are now really clever, his movements are good, his improvement year on year, and I just don't see him getting any, I don't see him dropping without a shadow of a doubt. I think I made my point on him a couple of weeks ago, that the leap in goals and assists, I didn't think he was capable of that level of performance. There's been some big shifts in performance levels.
I want to face you up and go past you, drop the shoulder, play that little one with your outside of the foot. He's got that, he's a maverick, isn't he? And I think fans love that. His box office is well worth watching.
He worked tirelessly for the team. He probably don't get mentioned enough for his kind of dogged work, the quality he had. He was a real fighter, and he scored, again, important goals, great goals. He could do everything.
He's breathed life into this football club, lifeless, and he has made them look a team. Yeah. This team can do some damage, and he's made everybody around him look so much better, so much more composed, so comfortable on the ball, and such a good finisher. He'll punish you. Hit the post just beforehand, and he's just a brilliant striker of a ball. He's fantastic and doing everything right now. And this is a fantastic goal. It is,
I know they were to and fro him from could they sign him or not and haggling over the price tag, but he's been sensational. He's gone in there and made a big difference.
You know that what was the result? 3-0. 3-0. Do you know what this means? Respect, man, respect.
But when he went through, I trusted him. Do you know when you see someone go through on goal and you think, will he deliver? He absolutely was always going to deliver.
His change of direction is incredible. Going out full tilt, he's changed of direction. He just wrong foots people for fun.
Do you think he's the best ever?
Yes, I do.
His goal numbers, they're up there with the best, aren't they? They match kind of their goal a game thing of the very greatest players of all time in terms of obviously Ronaldo. We talked about the big, Brazilian Ronaldo as well, and then you look at obviously Maradona from.
He's got qualities that very, very few people have. He's got the eye for the goal. He's brave. He's got great technique, and you'd have to say as well. And he'd be the first to say, I think, that he's played with some outstanding midfield players that are getting the ball into him in the right areas.
And did you see the penalty today? He hit that like you hit Ulrika, and I just couldn't believe it.
I think any manager in the world would have him as their centre forward in their team. I think he's absolutely incredible. Selfless, brilliant, scores goals, sets things up. They can link off him, makes all the right runs, just outstanding player.
But he's not a striker.
He's scored enough goals to be a striker.
He's the best. He's the best. People say 9.5. He's the best for me at that position.
You love him, don't you?
I absolutely adore him. In respects of like coming off and playing up. He's just fantastic. He's the best.
Delivery, his technique, brilliant player. And we always use the word brilliant players. He affects the game. Today he affected the game. He had a big impact on the result. That's what great players do.
When he's not playing, I think you see the difference. They're slightly different side. When they haven't got that focal point, and suddenly that focal point, where I think his major asset, the focal point actually comes off. He comes into midfield.
Yeah.
But he's he's a clever player in the way that his movement, the way he drifts into areas, and his creation. He's a creator.
Yeah.
relishing the role. He's never been quite been given this role that he's had. I think he's had very similar roles, but maybe not the one that he's got right now. And there's total football going all over the pitch, which just suits him because he is technically probably the best technician in terms of receiving the ball and manipulating the ball.
You know, he dictated our games. We kind of went through him a lot of the time. He was always finding, certainly me.
He goes about his business in a quiet way. He's up there, for me, he's up there with the Scholes, he's the Gerrards, the Lampards, in terms of the effect that he has on his team.
He has brought a level of quality that you very rarely see. You very rarely see. Passes, controlling of a football match. I know I've used this before in certain other players. The ability to control a football match. If he'd have been taken out of it, I don't think it would have happened. I think he's that big. And if we're saying that this team has reached a new height in terms of an individual season, which I can't disagree with, and the 73% possession, you then got to reflect upon the people who have created that.
Magnificent to watch. Everything about him, the way he strikes the ball, the way his game understanding, is so skillful and silky. He's just a wonderful player, Roy, isn't he?
His saves, the points he saved, the club, they'd have finished 6th in the league last year without him.
For the last 2 or 3 seasons. He's the one out of all of them that would always be my first. His tenacity, his energy, his athleticism, his fitness, and he gives people a rocket now. He's after people. You see it a lot.
He is the best in the business at winning the ball back.
And what he does do brilliantly is he plays the role well. You can never run off him. He gets others going. And he plays a lot of games.
Because you speak to a fan and they want to see that wear the heart on the sleeve, commitment more than anything else, and I think that he's shown that.
Yeah, and what we've always said about him, he makes the game look so easy. That's a sign of a good player. He's never fighting with the ball. It's always under control. He's obviously always got a picture in his mindset, what he's going to do next. Like, that doesn't surprise me. This is what we expect from him week in, week out. Brilliant player. Looks like he loves the game, he enjoys it, and it must be a joy to play with him.
I believe I could play centre midfield if I got him next to me. That's how good he is. Yeah. He's the work of 2-3 men. He's so dynamic in everything he does and the intensity he plays at. I'm just in awe of him. And I'm in awe of him as a person as well. Yeah. Just when you hear...
And that's us talking, yeah. Obviously, we're retired, that's that, and that's everyone outside of football.
If anyone in football would have the right to say, well, I should be playing, why am I getting moved out? I should be in this position. Would be him.
Manager's dream, not only for what he does on the pitch, but for what he does off the pitch.
It's often the unseen stuff, which is normally
vital.
Hugely appreciated by your fellow pros.
He's a supreme athlete, lives his life the right way, he's a good leader, he's tenacious. Aggressive, tenacious, leadership qualities, all the things that you want.
You've got no friends. You've got no friends. What, you want some?
Hey?
You want some?
Well, the old Super Bowl, wouldn't
You want some or what?
Are you ready?
You want some
They're
or what?
fantastic. They're fantastic.
You're playing shit because you've got no friends.
What
And
are
you're a
you?
load of wankers. If you want some, I'll give it you. You want to do with me?
I'm joking, mate.